When I was 23, I thought I had my whole life figured out. I had a steady job, a cheap apartment, and a dream that someday I'd build something of my own. But life doesn't care about your plans. It just hits you when you least expect it. One rainy Monday morning, my boss called me into his office. He didn't even look me in the eye. He just said, "We're letting you go. Company restructuring." That was it. 3 years of loyalty, late nights, and extra hours, gone in 30 seconds. I packed up my things, rode the bus home, and sat in my tiny apartment staring at the wall. My rent was due in a week. My bank account had barely a few $100s. I felt useless. That night, I called my best friend Ryan. We'd been friends since college. We used to talk for hours about our dreams, building startups, becoming our own bosses, living life on our terms. When he picked up the call, I told him everything. How I'd lost my job. How I didn't know what to do next. And instead of support, he laughed. "Man, maybe the business world just isn't for you. Not everyone's built to win, bro." I froze. It wasn't just what he said, and it was how he said it. Mocking, cold, like I was just a joke to him. That night, I promised myself one thing. I would never let anyone laugh at my struggle again. The next few months were brutal. I took random gigs, food delivery, online freelancing, anything that paid. But every night I worked on my real goal, my dream project. See, back in college, I had an idea for an app that connected small businesses with freelance, designers and marketers, a fair platform where both sides could grow together. I'd even pitched it once in a startup competition, but everyone laughed it off, including Ryan. This time I didn't tell anyone. No distractions, no validation. Just me, my laptop, and endless cups of cheap coffee. I taught myself how to code through free YouTube videos. I failed 100 times, bugs, crashes, rejections, but I kept going because I had nothing left to lose. After 6 long months, I finally launched the first version of the app. It was basic, rough around the edges, but it worked. I remember the first time a notification popped up. New user registered. I almost cried. By the end of the first week, I had 27 users. A month later, 500. It wasn't much, but it was proof that I wasn't crazy. One night, while scrolling Twitter, small business owner posted a video talking about how my app helped her find her first client. Her post blew up. Thousands of likes, thousands of new users. In just 2 months, my little project exploded. From 500 users to 60,000. From a side hustle to a real company. And then came the email that changed everything. A small investment firm wanted to meet. I went to their office wearing my only suit. It didn't even fit right and pitched my heart out. When I finished, the main investor smiled and said, "You've got something real here. We're in." They offered me $200,000 in seed funding. That night, I didn't celebrate. I just sat quietly and remembered Ryan's voice. Not everyone's built to win. A year later, my company had an office downtown, a team of 20 people, and over 500,000 users. We were on the cover of small business magazines. And for the first time, I felt proud of myself. Then, out of nowhere, I got a message on LinkedIn. It was from Ryan. "Hey bro, long time? Dude, I saw your company. Amazing work. I'm actually working for TechCloud now. Maybe we can collaborate. Let's meet up." I laughed to myself. Life really comes full circle, huh? We met at a high-end cafe, the kind of place he used to flex on Instagram. He looked the same. Sharp suit, shiny watch, fake smile. "Man, I always knew you'd make it," he said, pretending like nothing happened. "My company's looking to acquire small startups. Yours could be a great fit. Maybe I can help get you in front of the board." I looked at him for a moment and said, "TechCloud, right? The one that's been losing investors since last quarter?" He blinked, surprised. Yeah. "How'd you know that?" I leaned back and smiled, because one of our new investors just bought TechCloud last week. He frowned. "Wait, what?" "You heard me," I said. "Technically, I just bought your company." For a moment, there was complete silence. He didn't laugh this time. He just stared, realizing what had just happened. I stood up, pushed my chair back, and looked him in the eyes. "Remember when you said not everyone's built to win? Turns out I was. You just couldn't see it." Then I walked away. No anger, no revenge speech, just silence. Because sometimes silence hits harder than any insult. A few months later, I heard he quit TechCloud. Word was, He couldn't handle working under the same people he used to brag about controlling. He faded into the background while my company continued to grow. Now, years later, we've expanded into 3 countries, millions of users, partnerships with global brands.